In the shop I have a situation with this SawStop branded table saw that I want to talk about briefly. This table saw comes with a safety device that saves fingers and lives. It comes with this brake cartridge that you see here deployed, and it has successfully stopped the saw blade within 5 milliseconds while the saw blade was rotating. The spring here, which is normally housed in here, has been deployed, and normally there is a distance between the brake cartridge and the rotating saw blade, but not anymore because the safety cartridge here has been deployed. So a couple of things trigger this cartridge that are mentioned in the manual. Moisture is one of them, commonly found in people's hands, or you can test it with a hot dog or wet lumber. Same moisture will trigger, doesn't matter what the source is, but will trigger this brake cartridge to stop the saw blade, and it's very nice. This saves fingers and lives, exactly as designed as intended. Another thing that deploys the cartridge is cutting conductive materials such as aluminum. So obviously don't cut aluminum with this saw unless you operate the saw in the bypass mode, exactly as described here in the manual with the key, this one here, and then you can cut conductive material. One such as aluminum. One other thing that triggers this cartridge, which costs over $100 to replace, is shiny reflective plastic. This diffuser was cut, which is a diffuser for the overhead lights. So this diffuser was cut and it's shiny and reflective, and it triggered the cartridge. Now this shiny plastic could be found in different forms. This didn't trigger it, but cutting this one did. Or sometimes plastics can come wrapped in plastics, and if they are in a shiny form, the shininess might trigger. And sometimes, in this case, aluminum is wrapped in a dull plastic, but it could be wrapped in a shiny plastic. So I'm just saying shiny plastic, in this case this rigid plastic, triggered the deployment of this safety cartridge. Ouch. So, and that's not mentioned anywhere in the manual. So if you want to use the saw with any of these materials that you have any doubt that they might trigger it, just follow the steps, and once you're done cutting the material, make sure you give a toothbrushing to the saw blade, and any embedded plastic or aluminum chunks here in the saw blade will fling in this direction, and if they do and trigger the cartridge, ouch, that's going to be another $100 plus. So clean your saw blade after that. So just watch out. The saw works exactly as designed, plus a couple of glitches. So this is some of the embedded aluminum that needs to be cleaned from.
Just pick it out.
Yeah, and you also clean and vacuum the inside.
I usually do, right? Like I frequently come here and cut aluminum, right?
Yeah.
You know, because that's the only way to cut it is on a table saw.
Yeah.
And,
Sensibly, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I usually ask to, you know.
You can buy specific aluminum.
You can buy specific
saw
aluminum
blade.
blades,
Yeah, this one isn't one of them.
You can even buy carbide for steel.
Hopefully this saw blade runs straight without a run out or a wobble.
We can put that on the lathe and spin it up and see if there's any run out.
We'll see the run out on this one. We'll just start it up, and as it slows down, we'll just take a look at it and see how good that is. What caused the problem with this plastic?
Well, this is conductive, right? This is the chrome plating.
Okay, so never mind the plastic, which is an insulator.
Yeah, the plastic is fine. It's just that it's the chrome plating on there that caused it, because it's all based on electric, right? It's sensing.
Containing aluminum.
That would trigger it for sure.
That would trigger it for sure if a product. This one is easy to cut with scissors. So the MirrorEye says this chrome plating on this plastic diffuser is electrically conductive. So I'm going to test this with this continuity tester, which works as follows. When the two probes are touched, it makes a sound. there, and it makes a sound when there is a conducting path between the two probes, such as on this key. Obviously the key is electrically conductive, so is the nail clipper. And if this is in fact a metallic path for the electrons to travel, this is gonna beep. Oh yes, the millwright was right. Okay, so I'm gonna correct myself. What set off the brake cartridge is the chrome plating, the flakes of this, the electrically conductive flakes flying off of the plastic set off the cartridge. However, the idea still stands. Shiny plastic looking things can set off the cartridge. So this one triggered the SawStop cartridge on you?
Yeah.
How long did you get into the cut before it fired up?
From that end to about here.
I see. And then the
So
chrome
about 18
plating.
inches.
I see. And then the chrome plating did its magic and killed the cartridge. $100.
And
Okay.
the blade.
Yeah. Okay.